Welcome back to Eerie Narratives, where the line between what's real and what refuses to let go gets thinner with every story. Tonight's tale takes us to the Windy City, Chicago, a place of towering steel, endless winters, and shadows that linger longer than they should. This is the story of a man who arrived looking for a fresh start and found something that would never let him leave. They call it the rain-soaked ride. It was late October 2018. Alex Thompson had just turned 25. He'd grown up in a quiet town in southern Illinois. Cornfields, Friday night football, the kind of place where everyone knows your name and your business. But Alex wanted more. He'd landed an entry-level coding job at a tech startup in the Loop. Good pay, benefits, a chance to prove himself. The problem? Chicago rents were brutal. After weeks of couch surfing with distant cousins and scouring Craigslist, he was running out of options and cash. That night, the storm hit hard, one of those classic Great Lakes gales, wind howling off the lake, rain coming sideways, turning every street into a river. Alex had spent the day apartment hunting in Pilsen and Little Village, but nothing panned out. By 10 p.m., he was soaked, exhausted, standing under the dim shelter of the 47th Street Green Line station on the south side. The platform was deserted. No trains due for another 40 minutes. Service thins out that late, especially on the outer branches. The only light came from flickering sodium lamps and the occasional flash of lightning over the abandoned lots and crumbling brick row houses across the tracks. Graffiti covered the walls. A lone CTA sign creaked in the wind. Alex checked his phone. No signal. He cursed under his breath, pulled his hood tighter, and stared down the empty tracks. That's when he noticed her. She stood at the far end of the platform, half in shadow. Tall, dark hair plastered to her face by the rain, wearing a simple black coat and jeans that looked too thin for the cold. No umbrella, no phone in her hand. Just waiting. She didn't move, didn't shiver, just stared at the tracks like the next train might actually come. Alex felt that prickle on the back of his neck, the one you get when you're the only two people in a place that should have more. He debated saying nothing, but the storm was getting worse, and something about her looked lost. He walked over slowly. "Hey," he called over the wind. "You okay? Trains are running late tonight, probably not coming for a while." She turned. Her eyes were dark, almost black in the low light. A small smile tugged at her lips. Not friendly, exactly. More like relieved. "I'm fine," she said. Her voice was soft, calm. Midwestern accent, but polished. "Just waiting for someone who never shows up." Alex nodded. "Yeah, I get that. I'm new here, trying to find a place to crash tonight. Everything's booked or a scam." She studied him for a long moment. Lightning flashed, illuminating her face. Pale skin, high cheekbones, a faint scar above one eyebrow. "I have a spare room," she said simply, "in my building. Not far, it's empty right now. You can stay until you sort something out." Alex hesitated. Big city, stranger, classic horror setup. But he was freezing, starving, and out of options. "I don't even know your name," he said. "Emily," she replied. "Emily Carter." "Alex." She smiled again, this time warmer. "Come on, Alex, before the next gust knocks us off the platform." They walked, down 47th, past shuttered forefronts and chain-link fences guarding empty lots where factories once stood. The south side at night has its own rhythm, quiet, watchful. Streetlights buzzed overhead. No cars passed. Emily led him to a narrow side street lined with old 3 flats and 2 flats. Many windows dark, some boarded. She stopped at a 4-story brick building that looked like it had seen better days. Maybe the 1920s. Faded sign, Lakeview Arms. Iron gate half open. "It's not much," she said, pushing the gate, "but it's dry and quiet." Inside the lobby, peeling wallpaper, a single bulb swinging. No doorman, no elevator, just stairs. They climbed to the 3rd floor, apartment 3B. The door opened to a small, surprisingly cozy space. Hardwood floors, old radiators hissing heat. A couch, a small kitchenette, 1 bedroom visible down a short hall. A second door, closed, was labeled spare. "Here," Emily said, handing him a towel. "Dry off. I'll make coffee." Alex felt a wave of gratitude. "You sure this is okay? I can pay something." "Tomorrow," she cut in gently. "Tonight, just rest." That night, he slept on the spare room's narrow bed. The building was silent. No neighbors, no traffic noise. Just the rain tapping the windows like fingers. The next morning, sunlight filtered through dusty blinds. Emily was already up, brewing coffee. She looked even more striking in daylight, long dark hair tied back, wearing an oversized sweater. "You stayed," she said, smiling. "Yeah, thanks again." They talked. She worked freelance, graphic design, mostly from home, originally from a suburb south of the city.
moved here years ago after some things didn't work out. Alex opened up about his job, the pressure, the loneliness of starting over. Emily listened like no one ever had, really listened. Days turned to weeks. He found a cheap studio eventually, but he kept coming back to Lakeview Arms. Emily cooked dinner, they watched old movies on her ancient TV, walked along the lakefront on clear nights, laughed about nothing. And slowly, it became something more. One evening in November, snow falling outside, they sat on the couch, her head on his shoulder. "Alex," she whispered, "I waited so long for someone like you." He kissed her. It felt right, like home. But small things started to nag. The building was always empty, no sounds from other apartments, no mail in the lobby boxes. When he asked about neighbors, Emily's smile tightened. "People come and go," she'd say. "Most keep to themselves." My coworker, Marcus, a born and raised Chicagoan, came over one weekend to help move boxes. Marcus stopped at the gate, frowned. "Bro, this place?" "Yeah, why?" Marcus looked around. "This building's been condemned for years. Fire back in '09. Killed a woman, whole place gutted, they never rebuilt. Boarded it up. How are you even inside?" Alex laughed it off. "Nah, man, it's fine, come see." They went up. But when Marcus stepped into the apartment, his face drained of color. The place was trashed, walls black with mold, windows cracked, furniture gone, replaced by dust and debris. The spare room door hung off its hinges, revealing a charred mattress. "Alex, what the hell?" Alex blinked, looked around. To him, it was still cozy, clean, warm. I don't understand." Marcus grabbed his arm. "We're leaving, now." Outside, Marcus pointed to city notices taped to the fence. Condemned, unsafe structure, no entry. Alex felt sick, called Emily, no answer. Texted, nothing. He went back alone that night. The gate was chained. But when he pushed, it opened. Inside, same as always, Emily waiting. "You brought someone," she said quietly. No anger, just sadness. "He said this place is abandoned," she finished. "Condemned? Dead?" Alex nodded. She stepped closer. "It is, to them." Lightning flashed. For a split second, her face changed. Pale, burned, eyes hollow. Then back to normal. "I died here, Alex, waiting. For him. He promised forever, then left. Fire started in the basement. I couldn't get out." She touched his cheek. Cold. So cold. "But you came. You stayed. You didn't leave." Alex backed away. "Emily, She finished. "You promised. Last week. On the roof. You said you'd never leave me." He remembered. Drunk on cheap wine. Stargazing. Words he'd meant. Then. "I have to go," he said. Her eyes darkened. "No, you don't." He tried the door. Stuck. She smiled. Slow, sad, terrifying. "I waited 12 years, on that platform, every storm, for someone who wouldn't abandon me." Alex ran to the window, boarded from outside. No escape. She approached. "We can be together now, forever." He screamed. Months later, Alex moved back to his hometown, got therapy, told no one the full truth. Met Sarah, nice girl, teacher. They got engaged. Wedding day, December 15th, anniversary of that first storm. Reception over, hotel room, Sarah in the bathroom, humming. Alex sat on the bed, tired, happy. Then a knock. Not on the door, from above, the ceiling. "Alex?" Her voice, Emily's. He looked up, a vent, whispering, "You promised." Sarah came out, smiling, veil still on. But her eyes, wrong, too dark. "Miss me?" she said, in Emily's voice. Alex screamed. She stepped forward. "No one separates us, not again." Some say Alex vanished that night, hotel room empty, bride gone, only a wet footprint on the carpet, and the faint smell of smoke. Others say he still walks the south side platforms on stormy nights, waiting for the train, for her. If you're ever at 47th Late and see a woman in a black coat, don't offer her shelter, because some waits never end. Thanks for listening to Eerie Narratives. If this story chilled you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We drop new terrors every day. Sweet dreams, or whatever's left of them.